Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host. I go by the name of Mr. Authentic, aka Timbo Payne. And y'all already know I got the lovely Miss Crystal Diamond riding shotgun. What up, Miss Crystal?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, excellent, excellent. Um, I think we got a good show lined up. We're gonna do some talking, just about life. I think we need to hear more about, just real talk about life from a man's perspective and a woman's perspective. So we're gonna start off by we're gonna play a song and then we're gonna get back into it, like we never left it. Let's go.
I was broke, I was bitter. I ain't shoot, same winter. Stomach loud, had me praying. Lord, if you see me say something. He ain't give me new face, he ain't give me new race. He just lit my whole brain. Now I walk like I'm weightless. Talk slick when I step it, but I came from that stressing. I was drowning in depression. He turned all of that to flexing. All this gold on my body, ain't shit about it impressing. If he ever take his hand back, I'm right back to that wreckage. God gave me this juice. Talk crazy on me if you want, but I know who did this shit. God gave me this walk, God gave me this lip. He the reason I feel like a king. Cause without him I ain't shit. Without him I ain't shit. Without him he the reason I feel like a king. Cause without him I ain't shit. Hit the block like a villain, but my heart got a feeling. Every time that I wow, he like, boy, you tripping. Still he cover my name, still he cover my gang. Got my chains on my chest, but his name in my veins. I remember that couch, 3 homies, 1 house. We was high, we was loud. I was quiet, full of doubt. Now I'm pull up heavy, same soul upgraded. This soul on 10, that's the God in me crazy. God gave me this juice, God gave me this drip. Talk crazy on me if you want, but I know who did this shit. God gave me this walk, God gave me this lip. He the reason I feel like a king. Cause without him I ain't shit. Without him I ain't shit. Without him he the reason I feel like a king. Cause without him I ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta understand that first of all, let me say all praises, honor, and glory to the most high God. Because it ain't arrogance, but with him we can do all things. So let me put that out there. And without him, yeah, you ain't hit no shit. I'm talking about none of us. So, but tonight, man, we're gonna be talking about quite a few things. I'm gonna start it off by asking the name of this show tonight. This ain't necessarily the Quiet Storm, but it's gonna be called 21 Questions. We're just gonna be asking each other a lot of questions. Um, if y'all want to tap in on the questions, y'all can do the same. I'm gonna start off by asking you a question, Chris.
Okay.
When you look back, at your younger self, what's something you wish you understood earlier about life that you understand now?
Um, there's several things. When I look back at my younger self, um, there are some important things that I wished I understood about life that as I got older that I understand now. One of them is credit. Um, credit is very important. When you're growing up, you don't consider it, you don't think of it, you don't think about it. You make poor choices. Um, and in the long run, as you get older, it affects you in the long. So um, younger people, always remember that. Think about your credit and how it's going to affect you in the future. Another thing that I think about with my younger self is growth. As I look back, to my younger self, um, I realized that, you know, I had to have a closer walk, a closer relationship with God. So that has changed a lot. My spirituality has changed a lot as I get older because I realize there's nothing that I can do without God being on my side. So spiritually, that's what I look at as far as um, my younger self versus my older self. So I think the last one would be um, as in relationship goes. I've learned a lot relationship wise. As a younger woman, there's things that I didn't understand that I understand now, and that's self worth. Always, women, young girls, uh, value your self worth. Don't let nobody put a price. Don't let nobody put on what you're worth. God has made you to be wonderfully and spiritually made, and so we are all beautiful in our own ways. So don't let nobody else determine who you are as a person. So I think those would be the main ones.
You touched some good points. And salute to my sister, the lovely Miss Tay. What up, sis? How you doing? You made some good points. Now me looking back at my younger self, the main thing that I probably would want to tell myself is take your word. I'm talking about over everybody else. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Take your own word. Trust your own word. I think that's what I would want to understand it. And I ain't saying just know that or think that, but no, really understand that and understand why uh, it would be beneficial to me to trust my own word. And the reason why it would be beneficial is simply because, at the end of the day, that's what count when it comes to you. A lot of time we can give other people advice, we can give other people good advice, but when it comes to ourselves, we don't trust our own advice. But now when we give other people advice, it actually be good advice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But we
it
don't
does.
trust that. Yeah, we don't trust our own
Yeah.
advice. So if I could tell my younger self something back then, it would probably be yeah, give yourself some advice and trust your advice. And roll with your own thoughts. Cause at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, I like this how I think about it. No matter what we get into, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's academia, whatever, somebody put that together. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Another man, or another woman put that together. So if I can trust what they putting down, you know, yeah, I should be able to trust myself because I think we come to this earth when we enter our mama's womb. I think we come here with a divine design. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I would tell myself. That's what
Okay.
I would want to
That's some good points.
understand. Huh?
Those are some good points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So
okay, huh?
I said, so are you ready for your first question? Or are you gonna give me all of
Yeah,
mine
yeah.
first?
No, just come on. Yeah.
Okay. This is your first question. Okay, we live in a toxic environment that don't reward honesty. Instead, honesty is punished. The moment you speak, you become the problem. Why do you think we live in a society where they listen to lies than the truth?
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
want me to
When
read
I
it again?
look at no, I got you. I got you.
Mhm. Okay.
When I look at society, this is what I see. Cause when I look at society, I understand that I'm a um I'm a small version of society. It's just like if you take a microscope and you look inside of us, you're gonna see a whole bunch of cells. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Millions of cells. Millions of cells. You can't see them without a microscope though. So
Yeah.
that's just like society. We like small cells in society. And society is like the organism, the body. So for me to truly understand society, I look at myself. I have been toxic. And I know why I have been toxic because, I learned my curriculum is authentic, being authentic, authenticism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's truly what I try to do. I try to study myself so I can learn myself so I can know myself so I can be myself. And I know when I truly be myself, I'm gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna be authentic. And then if I'm gonna be authentic, I'm gonna definitely be awesome. So with that being said, the reason why I have been toxic is due to programming. I think that the system is set up. I think that the system is set up to program us to be toxic. And why do I say that? All I have to do is look on any social media platform that I'm on. When I look at it, I see a lot of toxic shit. And if I see a lot of toxic shit, okay, who pushing this? That's how I understand where it's coming from. Like, that's just like before social media, it was TV, it was magazines and all that. Okay, but who own this and who is pushing this? Because this is what shaped the way we view life and the way we respond to life. So a lot of this toxic behavior, to me, that's where it came from. It come from
Yeah.
programming, social engineering. Like I said, in the main way to program now, you still got TV and magazines and but the main way to do it would be social media sites.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So the toxic behavior, in other words, you believe that it's a learned behavior.
It's definitely a learned behavior, and
Yeah.
it's because we pass it down to our kids, and then they pass it down, and the cycle continues. But what I'm saying is, the people that give us this toxic behavior, it's the people that control what we watch. Faith coming by hearing. Faith coming by hearing, and not only by hearing, but also by seeing. So what we hear, the music, the news, the movies, the scrolling, what we hear and see, that's what shapes our belief. And most of what we hear and see is toxicity. That's what it is, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Um, okay, let me ask you, okay, so hold on, whoa. Let me hear your answer to that. Let me hear your
Your
answer.
question?
No to your
Well, I
question, and then I'm
my
gonna ask you.
I wouldn't. Okay, I wouldn't plan to answer, but I will.
Okay,
Um,
nah.
well, I agree with you that is what we picked up along the way. It's a society that we live in. And biblically, I have to go with also that, the Bible tells us that there's going to come a time when we're going to have itchy ears. And so I think that time is here. I think that nobody wants to endure sound doctrine. Nobody wants to endure the truth. Um, a lie is easier to digest than the truth sometimes, because when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we see the ugly dirty, and we don't want to see it sometimes.
Right.
We want to see all the time. We want to see the good, and everything in this world is not good. So we have to deal with the good as well as the bad. And because of the Bible also speaks of there comes a time when man is going to have itchy ears and they ain't going to want to hear the truth. I think that time is also here. The truth is just not, the Bible also say that the truth and the truth shall set you free. So I think that time is here. And along with what you said, I think that, in this environment that we live in, is pushed upon us what we take into ours from social media, entertainment, all of that has a play in dealing with the truth versus a lie. Not only the truth versus a lie, but values, how we feel, what we think about certain things. We can't express no more. You know, as Christians, we may want to, protest against certain things, but we can't no more. We don't have that freedom of speech no more. So everything
Right.
is now accepted. Everything is accepted. Right has been made wrong and wrong has been made right. And it's going to take God actually to separate the right from the wrong. Because now when we live in a society where we're not allowed to do it. And it's
Right.
really sad. But yeah, I think along with you said, and along with the biblical scripture for itself, that's what's happening as far as the truth versus the lie.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. Okay, let me ask you this right here. How has your definition of strength changed from your 20s to now? How
My
have your
my strength
the me
has definitely changed from when I was 20 to right now at my age. Because when I was 20 years old, I hadn't seen as much, I had endured and been through as much as I have now in my age now. Uh, so in my 20s, of course, you always need strength. But
right,
after, growing and you get married and have kids and you're faced with more difficulties. So you're going to have more strength than you did in that little girl, that teenager of a 20-year-old young lady. So my strength has changed a lot because I've been through a lot. And so it's changed though through the word of God, him shaping and molding me in the person that I am today. Uh, a lot of people, they look down on, the godly part of people. And that's okay. I'm not pushing God on anybody, but I'm saying as for me,
right,
that's where my strength come from. That's where my strength lies at in God. And he took me from
right,
that 20-year-old, self-care that didn't have a care in the world pretty much at that age. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a lot to worry about at 20. But as you get
right.
older and you grow into a young lady, and become a woman and you get married and you have kids, it starts to be a lot on a woman. And she have to show her strength, because times when everybody else is asleep and she's up cleaning up the house and she's up doing stuff, household chores and stuff, and it gets hard sometimes. But she dealing with silent things that she hadn't told anybody. So it gets hard sometimes, and you have to have God on your side to strengthen you. And that's what helped me get to where I am today. So I am much stronger today than I was when I was 20 years old. And it's all through the work of God.
That's what's up. I know that's where I get my strength from, and my definition of strength it didn't change a whole lot. Because then I believed in God, of course, but um, I believed in my strength more. So um, up to this point, I've been through so much, and I've been in situations where I ain't have no other choice but to depend on God. I had no other choice, and so
Definitely.
yeah, when you in predicaments where you ain't got no other choice but depend on Him,
Mhm.
you understand that He is you're a true source of strength. And not only that, you also understand that um with him, I'm talking about believing in the strength that he invests in you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could do way more than just believing in your strength. Cause our strength very limited. In our mind,
Definitely.
we think we think we just can do all these things, but in our actuality, our strength is very limited. But now when we align ourselves with God, that strength is unlimited, you
Yes.
know.
Yes. That's why I love the scripture. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Because that's where my
Right.
strength comes, Without him, I have very little to no strength.
I know, but but the thing is, especially like when we younger, and even sometimes when we older, we just wanna depend on our strength, depend on our own understanding.
Definitely. Yes.
I do it all the time. I'm trying to learn to not do it, but I've been programmed to do that. That's the first thing my mind go to whenever some type of calamity come, whenever some type of situation arise. That's how my mind think. The first thing it want to do is it want to deal with it.
Yeah.
When most of the
Definitely.
time, yeah, most of the time you can't. I ain't gonna say you can't deal with it, but you deal with it the wrong way. I say it
Exactly.
like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
and God knows it. That's why He tell us to trust in the Lord with our own, and lean not to our own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. Because He know our understanding is the wrong understanding. So that's why He tell us that. But you're right. But
exactly.
many of times we'll do it anyways. We'll lean to our own
Yeah.
understanding
Oh yeah, we'll do
anyway.
it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you ready for your second question?
Yeah, just fire them off whenever you're ready.
Okay, your second question. This one is a little bit more um hit home. It's more personal. Well, it's not personal, but okay. Growing up, what is one thing you were scared to do or say in front of parents that you were scared to do or say? Because we have so much freedom now with our parents, but you didn't have that much freedom with your big mama and your parents. So what was
Uh,
some of the things that
a whole lot, really a whole lot of stuff to be honest with you. But like cuss
different
words,
times?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like cuss words, you definitely not gonna say cuss words. Uh, my grandma didn't even like you to call somebody a fool. You hear me?
exactly. Uh-huh.
She didn't even like you to call somebody a fool. So yeah, then my grandma was the type she'll pull your lip if you call yourself getting a you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that stand out to me now. Just the fact that she didn't even like you to call somebody a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's saying a lot
Definitely.
right there.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
what do people what go ahead.
I was on that question, you're right. The
Yeah.
old school grandmas didn't play that. Food, lie, those were some you didn't say in front of them.
Yeah, even
They
lie.
considered
Even
it.
yeah, even lie.
They consider that as cursing. You could not say that in front of them. And it's really amazing to see the difference in the way the kids of this generation talk now in front of their parents,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
difference between, like when Big Mama and them was coming up. So yeah, you couldn't say those words. Fool, lie, none of that. Okay, you go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay, what does peace look like to you right now? I'm talking
Um,
about just paint me a picture of
a
peace.
piece.
Yeah, for you.
Uh,
However that picture look to you. And
I always got happiness and peace mixed up, and they're two different things.
right.
Because happiness is a temporary thing. Peace is uh, something that dwells and settles in your spirit, and it dwells there. So peace, look to me right now, is contentment. Being content in whatever situation, as Paul said. whatever situation I'm in. Paul said, I've had little, I've had a lot. I've had a lot, and I've had little, but I've learned to be content, in all situations. So that's how I feel about peace. Just learning to be content, knowing that God is going to fight my battles. God didn't. He don't. We. He didn't. He didn't put us here to fight our own battles. I had to learn a lot of this stuff the hard way, and we
Well,
try to.
to a certain degree, I think he did, but I think he want us to depend on him to give us to move to make during the battle. Cause see, even like when Moses was fighting that battle, and God told him, to raise up his staff, and every time he raised up his staff, the children of Israel would win. But Moses' arms got weary, so every time he would
You're
drop
right,
his hand,
physically through
huh?
God. Everything Moses done was through God. What I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but
Uh,
what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is he still had to lift the rod. He still had to follow God's instructions and lift that rod. You get what I'm saying?
the
God,
Bible said faith
listen,
without. Go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead. Faith
I'm
without
listening.
work is dead. Yeah, I know, but this is what I'm saying. Yeah, God is fighting our battle on the spiritual realm, but He put us. I'm saying this from my perspective. He put us on this earth to do the physical aspect, but to move according to what He want us to do. If that makes
Yeah.
sense,
It does make sense. But he did,
you know.
but he said, I will fight your battles for you. But you're right. There's something
But
that, when he say I'll fight your battles for you, that do mean
he
we
talking about.
physically have to do something. So
I mean, we got to just
physically,
say
yeah, we have to do something because we can't fight the battles just sitting still. But
right,
God is, he's the author and finisher of our faith. So he's everything that we need to get through these battles, to fight these battles. So that's what I mean. He's the peace that surpasses all understanding. So he is peace. So long as you got God on your side, you should have peace. There's
he he
no
he on our
uh
side, but he on our side. But sometimes I have to catch myself to ask myself, am I on his side? Because he
That's
definitely on
true. I
my side.
mean, you
I have
you you got that's usually a problem. God, he'll never leave you nor forsake you. He's a God that does not change.
yeah,
We change, people change, God don't change. So understanding when I tell you it's nothing that I'm saying that's one-sided. But what I'm saying is I do know the grace of God. I do know the mercy of God. I do know the forgiving God, the loving God
right,
that
right, right.
gives peace that surpasses all understanding. So it don't mean that I stand idle, no, but it does mean that I've got
I-
that protection. I got that hedge. I got that person on my side that when I do get weak, he said, I am strong. He said, I'll fight your battles for you. So, with that being, he said, I'll make your enemies your footstool. So, with that being
right,
said, what I'm saying is when I see peace, I see God. I see God because he is peace. He brings that peace to my heart,
right.
from where I used to be to where I am now. I don't worry as much when I think about peace. Not saying that I never worry about anything. That's not true. Wouldn't be honest with myself. But no, I don't worry as much because I see peace different than I seen peace a long time ago.
You know what peace look like to me? I'm talking about
What?
like right now, at this age, right now. Peace look like, of course, off top, number one is refining my relationship with God because I'm a work in progress. I'm still, God still got me on the assembly line, and he's still building me. He's still molding and shaping me. But um, so for sure, that's number one.
Mhm.
Refining my relationship with God and um continually putting forth the effort to align myself with His will. because we, this job, this mission we on, this gonna be forever. We don't never, you never get to the point where, okay, you got it right and now you got it made. As long as we on this earth, this journey is gonna continue. I'm a journeyman from here until no more. I'm a journeyman. So my spiritual, that's why I say seek ye first the kingdom of God. So I'm seeking the kingdom of God first. And now after I, at least discover the kingdom of God that's within me, um, at that point, you know, a nice crib, financial stability, because I am still in this three-dimensional world that we call Earth. I live here in this spacesuit called my body. So yeah, a good pond, do me some fishing. I ain't never been big on fishing, but now I'm at the age now, give me some fishing in, be able to travel when I want to.
Yeah.
That's peace because I know I earnestly seek the kingdom of God. I earnestly do that. So that's a part of it, and that's the main part of it. On my agenda, that's number one. And then after that, these other things fall into play, I think.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
yeah.
That's why it tells us to seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things
Right,
shall be added unto you. Because
right.
we seek God first, and He know what we have need of. So
Oh yeah,
and He said those things will be added unto us. We had desires of. We would even meet some of our desires. God want us to be financial stable. That's what He wants for us. He said, you know, a uh, hills on thousand kills on the house. How am I trying to say it?
a thousand cattle on a
Cattle on the
thousand
hills of
hills.
mine, said the Lord. Yeah. So God
Yeah,
wants us to be, rich in glory, and He wants to be rich on earth as well in certain areas. So there's
right.
nothing wrong with wanting nice things and having nice things, just as long as we keep them all in a proper perspective, and keep them
Exactly.
aligned with the will of God. Yeah. And I think that's what He wants for us. Uh, you know, Kingdom of God first, as you were saying, and His righteousness, and then all other things shall be added unto us.
Right, because I
Yeah. So
definitely,
those other things.
yeah, because I want my portion of, the other things too, no lie. But so let me ask you this. Name me something that you think people misunderstand about women in their 50s.
Women's in their 50s. Can I relate to that?
No, I'm just saying it, even if you can't relate something that you
Yeah, I can
see.
relate to that. Okay, I can
Okay,
relate to that.
okay,
I am in my 50s, so I can relate to that.
okay.
That they misunderstand. You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
misunderstand?
yeah, that people misunderstand about women in their 50s.
Um, I think a lot that people misunderstand about women in their 50s are that, they still have desires. Uh, 50 years old, a lot of people hate to cross that 50 mark because, it's that half of 100 mark, and you are growing older. But, you still have the same desires, you still have the same wants and needs as you did when you were 30 years old. Maybe not as needy, but you do. You still have those same needs and wants when you get 50 years old. Another thing is, I think that it's just expected as we get older and probably 50, that, we supposed to look a certain part, uh, look the grandma kind of part. But,
Mama,
whatever.
don't nobody want to be grandma no more though.
Well, it's not that we don't want to be grandmas. It's just that we're a new generation of grandmas these days and times.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah,
has changed. You know, a lot has changed, and I do admit grandmas ain't like grandmas used to be, but it's still good. I mean, it's self-care, it's self-love. I think more women in their 50s are learning how to love themselves more, are learning how to cherish themselves and put value. And I think a lot of people are misreading that as arrogance or something of that nature. But no, as you get
Some of
older
some
and you
of it,
get
some of it is arrogance though. But go ahead.
well,
Go
as you
ahead.
get I knew you was gonna stop me. As you
I
get
mean, no,
older
some
and
of it.
wiser, yeah, when you get older and wiser, you start seeing things differently. And there's nothing wrong with women now putting more value on themselves than what we seen a long time ago. There's nothing wrong with that. It should have been there a long time ago. And so now that women are saying, "Look, I'm worth more than this," you know, I'm not selling for this no more, you know. And they're learning that
But
self value and they're taking care of themselves and and they're even looking good in their 50s and I'm not in the 40s as well. But it's a problem with some people. But there's nothing wrong with that. I want to tell all the ladies, there's nothing wrong with that. Self-care is important. Loving yourself is important. Letting somebody know your worth is important and stick on it.
okay, so listen, and I agree, but what does we're gonna say two things. I want to ask no three things. I
Yes.
want to ask what does self-care you can put all this in a nutshell. What does self-care look like? What does not settling look like? And what does knowing your worth look like? I know all of those can fit in a nutshell, but what does that look like?
Self-care, knowing your worth, and what else?
Self-care, knowing your worth, and not settling.
And not selling. Okay, self-care.
I mean, you can just
Self-care, self-care looks good on a woman. Sometimes a woman puts so much time into others, her children, her husband, her family members, her parents. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have my mom here with me today, but we put so much time in other people that we tend to forget that we need to be loved too. So self care is just taking care of yourself, loving yourself mostly. Yeah, the physical part, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, all of that is self-care too. But the self-care I'm talking about is taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, loving yourself. You know, because if you don't love yourself, you can't expect nobody else to come in and show you that kind of love. If you don't love yourself first. So self-care to me is loving yourself and love the person that you are and the person that God has called you to be. Why? Because you are beautifully and wonderfully made, and you should love yourself, and others should love you as well. So that's what self-care is to me. Uh, knowing your worth. Knowing your worth is because I believe that down the years when we didn't know no better, women settled a lot uh, for things that they didn't have to settle for.
you think it
And that's
was
not
that
including
you think it was that women didn't know no better though? Or I mean they was just in a situation where I mean it was
a
a
lot of things has changed. There's a lot has
yeah,
changed. Women
of
are being
course.
more educated. They're being more, they're getting degrees. They're having to take care of things financially. They're getting stronger. They're getting more wiser.
They
So
getting stronger and wiser in certain areas, but in certain areas you gotta admit that they losing their mojo now in certain areas.
well, I mean, it's gonna always be certain areas where they losing their mojo, but they're wising up to the point where they're not allowing no one, men, family, whoever, to take advantage of them. And so that's what knowing
Well,
your worth is. You
I think women now get taken advantage of more than ever because one thing about those women back then, they did have to settle, but anytime you're in a relationship, it's a give take situation. I mean,
It's a give
you're
take
gonna have to,
situation.
you're gonna have to make some compromises. And I think that's the thing about men and women today. We're not willing to make the compromises necessary to make these uh relationships work. But back then,
And
I
it,
think
it
that
doesn't it doesn't have to
go
be
ahead.
act all about relationships. Women to me are defining themselves more, and they are standing up for themselves more, not only in relationships with everything. At particular time women could be working the same job as a male but being paid less. It's just things that women in these days in society are not tolerating, and I love it. I love the modern day women. Some things now, yeah,
I ain't
I
gonna,
don't like so much, but it's some things, but we're talking about the positive right now. So I love the
now
positive things that I'm seeing in the
I'm talking
modern
about
day. But you talking about, well, you asked me the question though, so you have to
okay.
answer it when I get done. So uh I think that I love what I'm seeing as far as the women now, and what I can see a lot more than before, knowing their self-worth. They're not selling. They're not sitting at home. A lot of them, while, a man is at the house and riding like the baby boy situation. We all know that movie. They're not tolerating it these days in times. And I
This
like that about these
yes they are
these
though. Yeah, yeah,
modern day.
they are. They
Not
are
to
they
me,
are.
I don't see it as much as I used to.
Okay, but
And
I
that's
see
just
it a
me.
lot.
But that's just my opinion. I don't see it as much as I used to, and I commend the women for that. And
That's what's up.
I like to see it.
Okay, now let me expound on that. Salute to the
I know
modern
you
women first.
will.
I mean, we this is a conversation. I mean, guess what? Whatever you ask me, whatever it is, and then
I
guess
hadn't
what? You
asked you
can
nothing yet.
okay, but you come on now, you welcome to.
Okay,
Whenever
go
you get
ahead.
ready, you know this now, so don't but anyway, um, so whenever I look at a woman and give my opinion about a woman, first of all, I got to say this: women are grown, and women should be able to do whatever they want to do. They grown. Women, y'all are grown, so y'all supposed to be able to do what y'all want to do. So salute to the modern woman for you know in it, nobody should be oppressed. And if you know the history of women on this earth, you know that women have been oppressed, just like black people have been oppressed throughout the years. I mean, that's a known thing. So I don't think no demographic of people should be oppressed. So first of all, salute to anybody that gained a liberation, a freedom, and the ability to express themselves. But if I was giving my daughter or my mother you know, or my sister, any woman in my family, my niece that's close to me, advice, I would say this. Ain't nothing wrong with being a modern woman, of course not. But a modern woman still should just at least look into some of those sensibilities from those old school women. Because they had a lot of things figured out that the modern women don't got figured out. And guess what? The modern women got a lot of things figured out that they don't have figured out. So the old school woman can learn a lot from the modern woman. And the modern woman can learn a lot from the old school woman. And it's the same way with men. See, it's a generation gap there that we look at the people that came before us and we be like, oh, they shouldn't have done it like that. I would have did it like this. No, you would have did it just like they did up under their system. And now, like the modern woman right now, she I think she is settling in a lot of ways because back then, Big Mama, she had Big Daddy. And of course, Big Daddy, he sometimes those men was a little, you know, uh demanding, over demanding with the women. But you knew one thing, that man gonna break his back for you and them kids. Now, women now, oh, I ain't selling, but you are selling because you still look, you got you're dealing with Tom, you're dealing with Dick, you're dealing with Harry, Larry, Fred, just to say that I ain't gonna sit up under no nigga. Ain't no nigga gonna run me. I ain't submitting to no nigga. You know, self-care. Now, some women getting it right. They not, but at what extent are you not settling? If you saying I'm not gonna submit to one man, but you just giving it out to all the men. See, now this the
We never
conversation that
said
I would
that.
have. Huh?
That was
Huh?
never. That's
Well, I
not
know you
what I
not. Hold on, hold
said.
on, hold on. I know that it's not. Hold on. I Now you gave your part. Now I know you didn't say that, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of this is what's going on, though. That's all I'm saying. And again, like I said, a full grown woman that's doing her thing. Okay, that's your thing. One thing about me is I'm not the type to, okay, if you grown and you got your life figured out, okay, live your life according to what you got figured out. I'm not trying to tell, but now if you young and you trying to figure it out, if you young and you trying to figure it out, now I would tell you to do something different than I did and what I saw, people do. That's what I would do. I would tell the young girls, listen, be independent, yeah, but I mean, if you have a child by this guy, it's gonna be hard on you by yourself. Oh, so I ain't gonna submit to no nigga. Okay, the attitude cute, I get it, but what about the child? Oh, I got the money. I can do it by myself. Okay, and that's cool, but you got a little boy. You can't teach a little boy to be a man. And when I say that, I'm not on the women back because guess what? In more cases than not, the men the one who dropping the ball. So I think the women have to be more selective in the men that they choose to have babies by. And I think that the men should be more responsible by the women that they have babies by. And then, okay, guess what? Y'all done laid down and made these kids. So at least raise them and then y'all go y'all separate way. Cause sometimes it don't work. We know that. But all I'm saying is this. Salute to the women for the progress that y'all done made. Yeah. But don't just look at big women and like they didn't know what they was doing, like they was just dumb because they didn't have the education. They figured it out. They was taking care. My grandma took care of 10 kids. 10, look, 8 boys and 2 girls. So those women now they wasn't no Rudy Poos now by a long shot. And I would tell, my daughter, I would be like, listen, you see that old woman right there? I take my daughter to sit with them, here, talk to her. The kids, the little girls your age, they ain't got nothing real to tell you. Listen to her. She knows some things. Now, you can't be her in this modern world. A woman can't be, big woman them in this modern world. But I'm just saying a lot of those things that they understood about life and about men. I mean, I think women could learn a lot from that. Okay,
Definitely
so
women could learn a lot from that. But I'm gonna have to say this because I don't want it to come off like that. I'm not saying that give up everything that we was taught by Big Mama and them. I'm not saying that because those morals and values is gonna always stand true. They're gonna always stand true. The things that they instilled in us are gonna always stand true. But what I'm saying and what I mean about education is that uh take my daughter for instance. She young and she did make a bad choice as far as her mate of who she chose to raise her child. But you can use it as excuse or you can use it as motivation. And I motivated her. I told her, you need to get your education. Don't settle for a job. You want a career, get a career. And that's what she did. She graduated from nursing school and she getting ready to go back to nursing school to be a RN. So I'm not saying what they instilled in us to throw it away because the only way I can give it to her is because somebody had to give it to me. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm saluting the modern women for stepping up, coming educated, getting not just jobs, but careers. I see more women, Black women, and it's not about color, but with nursing degrees, all kinds of degrees. And only thing I'm saying is I commend them for that, because it's in some of their life, they don't have no choice but to be mom and daddy. It's not a good, when you make choices, you have to live with those choices. So they made the choice maybe at a younger age, and we all have made some bad choices in our life. If that's the choice they made, they can't sit around and mope and groan about it. They got to do something about it. They got to be about it. So I'm not saying throw away all those more, keep them, but you have to go that extra mile. Now, there's no excuse. They didn't have it. They couldn't do it, but they wanted that for us. They've always wanted what they see right now today for us. So I'm not saying be out here sleeping around. I never said that, be out here sleeping around
Well,
or doing
listen,
anything like that. What I'm
hold on.
saying is I
I know you ain't
commend,
never say. Okay,
but
hold
yeah,
on.
but
I
I'm just
know.
saying, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
finish so it's clear that what's coming out, what I was coming off to saying. What I was saying is that when you make those choices and you're right, a lot of them are bad choices. My daughter made a bad choice. But what can you do about it once the child is here?
we all make bad choices
Yeah,
under the
what can
sun.
you do about it once the child was here? So only
No,
thing
no.
I'm saying is that once that happens, and you see these young girls and young women stepping up and saying, okay, I can either sit here and mope about it and run him back and forth to child support, or I can get up and do something about it. So I know that me and mine are going to be taken care of. And that's the only thing I'm saying is I see that more happening now. And I commend that to the young ladies that's coming up.
I commend them too, but at the same time, I'm still sticking to my guns that we have to make better
Okay, and
decisions.
that's fine. Yeah, you're right.
You
That's
know,
fine.
I mean, we all make mistakes. I done made more mistakes than the average person, so I'm not sitting up here trying to act like nobody. I made it perfectly clear that, like, if I was giving my daughter some advice as a little girl right now, she just said she's 12 years old. This is what I would say to her. Now, guess what? If she made a mistake and chose wrong, hey, we still gonna make this work. We're gonna make this happen. We gotta make it happen. But I'm just saying that prevention to me is a big part of it too.
That's definitely true.
You know,
And
yeah.
that prevention is something that they don't think about, but that's definitely true.
I know because the culture ain't with prevention though. That's what I'm saying. So I definitely don't blame the kids. Just like us, we went through this same programming system and
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we lived accordingly. So that's
Yeah,
why I say whenever I'm speaking, I'm never speaking to put nobody down. But if we can't see, and that's the problem. Like I think one of the biggest problem with us, my generation, because I live my generation, these kids live in this generation. Okay, one of the biggest problem was you couldn't have a real conversation with the grown folk. They
you
always want.
can. You can, but you got to realize that everybody's going to agree to disagree. And you can have, I think grown people can have a conversation, but at the end of the day, we're not going to always agree. And that's
I
okay.
ain't no
God put
no
it,
no
we're not made to.
I'm not you didn't you couldn't have heard me right. I'm saying what I said was this. I said when I was growing up, my generation, I said it was highly unlikely for you to be able to have a real conversation with grown folks. I wasn't talking about this
Okay, I thought
generation.
you was talking about I thought you was talking about your generation, as meaning your age group right now.
I'm talking about but when I was a kid though, when I was young,
Oh, okay. The
you
generation
couldn't
when you
have
was younger.
yeah,
Oh,
when I
okay.
was younger. Well, you grown now, so but I'm saying like when I was young, I don't know about how it was, with you, but
Yeah,
you couldn't have a real conversation. I'm talking about a real conversation. People gonna pretty much
yeah,
tap dance around. And so that's why,
yeah,
even when I get on here, I want to have real conversation. And let me show you something. A lot of time real conversations are uncomfortable conversations
yeah.
because
True.
because they real. You know, I'm gonna give you a prime example. I be there's one cat I be watching on YouTube, and he be talking about broke ass niggas. You hear me? And
Yeah.
the women love him because he be putting the women up on the pedestal, and he be talking about broke
Yeah.
dust ass niggas. And I listen to him
Yeah.
because he entertained and he informative. But my point is this: I'm a broke ass nigga. Now, just because he say those words, do I supposed to get offended by him? Do I supposed to look down on my no, 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 no. If I hear something true, even if it goes against what like it might broke ass nigga, and then I'm a broke ass nigga, that ain't gonna make me feel bad. That's gonna just motivate. If it's for you, if it's in you to be something greater, um, I think you said this verse few nights ago. You said some I think it was it come out of Proverbs about a wise man and a fool concerning correction.
Hmm.
What was that you said? I forgot the how it goes, but it said it's something like this: a wise man loves correction and a fool hates correction. So that's what I'm saying. Whenever it's a hard conversation, you know, a lot of people gonna run from that information because it's rubbing them the wrong way.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
the information that rubbed me the wrong way, sometimes uh, the Bible gonna rub you the wrong way because you opposing it. You live in
Hmm.
contrast of what, so of course it's gonna rub you the wrong way. But whenever you having a real conversation, when we having real dialogue about something, I know sometimes I'm gonna get rubbed the wrong way, but the way I'm built, I understand that
Yeah.
okay, sometimes that's what take growth. Even when you lifting weights, that's what builds your muscle, the resistance. If it's easy, it ain't gonna
Definitely.
build nothing. And see, I think like now, a lot of time these kids, for the most part, everybody want to sugarcoat it.
Hmm.
Everybody want to
Exactly.
make it. Everybody want to make it real easy. The coaches can't yell at the kids no more. Everybody want to babyfy, and that's not how life works. And then guess what? When we get these results, then what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them?
Yeah, that's true.
Huh? I mean, our coach, my Coach Flower, man, Coach Flower, anybody tell you, listen, and rest in peace to Coach Flower. He gonna get in your face almost nose to nose. You hear me?
Yeah.
Today, if a coach did that, oh man. But now listen, even though he gonna do that, he also gonna
Hmm.
take you to college. He gonna take you to college game. He gonna buy your food. He gonna buy the pizza for everybody. So what I'm saying is this:
Yeah.
tough love. We'll look at tough love these days like, oh no, don't nobody want
Hmm.
that. I grew up off tough
Definitely.
love because I grew up. My big mama raised me, so you know the love was
Yeah.
real. The sacrifice was real, but at the same time, guess what? When you get down wrong, she gonna let you know you getting down wrong.
Exactly. And that's what
You know,
that's
so
how it should be.
that's how. Yeah, that is how it should be. But like today, that's not where we at with it. And I understand because and I'm not
Yeah,
saying
because
like because when I was a kid, I used to get whooping with a extension cord. So I'm not saying the child should get a whooping with a extension cord. Right now, I don't even whoop children. So I'm not.
yeah, that's
I
true.
get I get that we grow and we evolve, but I'm just saying that a lot of times when I be speaking, I'm not even really like a full grown person that they made up their mind that this how I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm not even talking to that person because they done already made up their mind. But guess what? There are young people who still trying to figure out. They ain't made their mind up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
They
true.
ain't made. Yeah, they ain't made their mind up. So the
Yeah.
information that I give them, I don't want to sugarcoat. I don't want to tap dance around the subject. You know, I don't want to. If I'm talking to if a young man listen to me, I don't want to be sitting up here telling him that all the bullshit motherfucker telling him that's right. I don't want to be, agreeing with that. Like, this right, bro. Yeah, just fuck all the women that you can. I don't want to be the one telling him that. Cause I know that that's not right. I don't want to sit up and tell the young girl that, just do what you. No. So that's what I'm saying. I be looking at it like, if I'm talking to this my son or this my daughter, I'm trying to get them the best information that they can use on this trip that we call life. So, and I know everything that I say can't be beautiful because life don't work like that.
No,
Life don't
everything's not
work.
going to be beautiful. Life
It's
is
not.
everything about life. It's not beautiful. Everything's not gonna be beautiful in life. There's gonna be some ugly times in life, and they have to have what they need to get through those times. And most of the time, it's the Word of God and God being in their heart. But like as you were saying, that goes back to when you were saying that the coach would get in your face, and you can't do that in these days and times. And that goes back way to what we were saying earlier about Big Mama and them. They whipped each other's kids. In church, how mothers uh, will get on to you, and you get another whooping when you got home. That's how they were built back then. But now we can't do that. You whoop somebody's child, they're gonna whoop you. It's just
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the times that
exactly.
we live in
Now,
now. It's different.
now
And
see,
so
like I said,
it's the reason why you were saying you were scared to say certain things in front of your big mama, because you knew what was going to happen. But these days and times, it's not like that. My 4-year-old grandson be calling me bruh. And I'm like, if you ever let that come out, I'm not your bruh. So it's
yeah,
just what they pick up. We
yeah,
all in the store and he talking about bruh. I'm like, where you get that from? And so
yeah.
it's just, it's different times and they picks it up.
And you know what? I don't whoop other people's kids, but like my nephew Burrow. See, I I don't have to whoop him because Burrow rough and tumble, like just like he's supposed to be as a little boy. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show
Mhm.
you something. But I'm gonna show you something. When I tell if he did, I'm gonna let him go. But if he do something he ain't got no business, I'm just gonna let him know about it. That's it. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gotta whoop
Mhm.
him. See, a lot of times you think you gotta yell at him or no. Most of that's what mama gonna do though. Mama gonna but just let him know. See what I'm saying? Just let him know he wrong. Or don't do that. And
Mhm.
then guess what? You ain't gotta whoop him. Most of the time a man ain't. Mama
Mhm.
probably gonna get it. Mama probably gonna get emotional. And that's why I say it's good for daddy, to play his part. And like I said, salute to the women because if it wasn't for the women, we'll be messed up because women the one who raised me. But
Yeah, the
that still
dad
don't
definitely
stop.
needs to be there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That still don't stop the fact that that's why God did it like that.
Mhm.
That's why he made it like that. But I'm definitely for the single mothers out there. But now for the younger girls, if it is a young girl right now and she ain't got no babies, I would tell her to be selective. But then you
Definitely
got
needs to
some
be selective.
right. That's what I would tell her. But you got some
Mhm.
older women that's old enough to be her mama. They'll be like, "Girl, you just do what you got to do what you got to do." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if
And
people out there at our age giving out that kind of advice, and I'm pretty sure it is to some young girl,
it's
then
a whole lot of that
we have
going
to
on.
be careful what we put in the spirit of our young people. Like you said, the main thing is prevention and being selective of who we choose that to a lot of stuff went taught as we was coming up. Even I didn't, I have to
That's
be
my
honest
point.
enough to say that I didn't sit my daughter down and be like, because nobody did it to me. So
That's
I
my
didn't sit my
point.
daughter down and be like, be cautious, be selected, know about a person before you have a child with them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sit her down and do that. Had I done it, maybe it would have made a difference, or maybe not, because I think we all have a
Okay.
type, and I just, if I had a did that with her, it may would have made a difference. If we start doing that it may make a difference, to let them know, choose
To
wisely, um,
be
because it's going to
knowledgeable,
affect you in the long run.
to be knowledgeable of the information is good. This is what I'm saying. Just to be knowledgeable of the information. Now, if you still go out and choose wrongly, okay. You see what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
did know. Okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Just say you can ready to walk down this street and somebody tell you, look, it's a dog down that street. Don't go down that street now. You hear me?
Hmm.
And you hear some barking down there, but you like, okay, that might be a TB. And you walk down there and then you get bit. Okay. But you were knowledgeable though. You were warned. You heard the signs, and see that's all I'm saying. If we gonna we supposed to get them the information, get them the best opportunity at winning in this life. And the way in the way that in the way we can do that is give them the best information to win.
Definitely.
You know. Uh okay, so what about while we on that subject, what advice would you give younger black women trying to find their identity in today's world? Give them some advice.
I would say to the young black women that if you feel like you have lost yourself and you're trying to find that self, that person, for one thing is to believe in who you are. Don't let nobody else identify who you are. Just because a person call you something, that don't mean that's who you are. You are who God made you to be. And you are, as I say again, fearfully and wonderfully made. And and God, everything that He made was good. So my thing of it is be who you are. Don't be who somebody else wants you to be. Because that's a lot of times that's how we lose identity. We pick up the things that people are telling us we should do. People are telling us we should be, how people think we should look. But we have to move all of that stuff out the way. Acknowledge God for who He is. Trust Him for who He is. And let Him come into your heart and follow Him. Because the choices that you make yourself, that you identify with, that's you. You that person. When you look in the mirror and you think about all the times that you could have made a choice, and instead of going with your choice, you went with somebody else's choice, or what somebody else think you should do, or what a friend think you should do. That's when you lost your identity. But to get that identity back, you say, I'm no longer gonna trust the opinion of this person or that person, especially if they're not your mother or somebody that's trying to give you good sound advice. But be who you are, be who God has called you to be. Because like I said, there's some good in all of us. No matter what or what you've done in your life, God will forgive you for anything. So get real with Him and He will get real with you. Trust in Him and follow Him. You have a mind of your own. You have ability to do all things. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are called and chosen by God. So only thing I can say is stop leaning to what everybody else wants you to be and be who God has called you to be.
Okay, I can feel that. I can't. You know how we be living and life be life, and we have to we have to form defense mechanisms and survival habits. Uh, have have you ever had to unlearn some survival habits that you see that they don't no longer serve you? And what did that process look like? If you had to pick up
Survival
survival,
habit.
yeah, you know how you be going through life and life be life, and you know you have to. Sometimes you have to get a little rough, just to survive in that particular situation, whatever that
Yeah,
situation be. Because it's
yeah, I got
survival
you.
of the fit. It's survival of the fittest. So a lot of times we have to adapt to the situation in order just
Yeah,
to survive.
yeah, I
That's
get
just
you.
like
Yeah,
like our hands gonna become calloused if we start doing some vigorous work, some hard work. Our hands gonna become calloused, so they can cope with that work we got to do, right?
yes, I got you.
And then
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Uh, Sometimes, and I'm just gonna use myself. I think that'll be safer just to use me. Uh, and when I say I've been put into a survival situation, where it almost caused me to do something that I never thought I would have done. So my thing is that is what I said back to you before. uh get yourself financially stable. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong even if you looking to be married and share it with your significant other. Get yourself financially stable. That way nobody has to put you in a corner to make you think about doing something that you don't want to do, because to me that's survival mode. When you have to sacrifice yourself, your body, and belittle yourself to do something that you really don't want to do.
uh
That's
uh
when you in hush, when you're in
uh
survival mode. Hush. So
uh
I've been there,
uh
and will you hush?
all right, go ahead.
I have been in that predicament where,
Did
financially
you
I had what?
did you follow through on it?
No, I did not follow
Or
through
did
on it.
or did
But
or
just
did
the
or did or
thought,
did yeah, or did God do like he did with Abraham and he provided a ram caught in the
ram in the
bush
bush.
somewhere? Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah.
so God
Okay.
provided a ram in the bush for you?
God provided a ram in the bush for me but just the
Okay.
thought was scary because I've never been put in a situation like that. I've never been financially challenged like that because I had been married all that
You,
time.
you thought
So,
you was gonna
but
have to
however,
sacrifice that thing.
I thought I was going to have to sacrifice something. And as I was thinking, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to do this. And I was like, and something told me to look over there. There was a ram in the bush, and sure enough,
Yeah.
there was a ram in the
So hey,
bush. And so, hey,
won't he do it? Won't he
won't
do
he
it?
do it?
Yeah.
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 So that's what I would say. You know, keep yourself to where you don't have to, you know, do anything. Build yourself for your future and whoever you plan to spend your future with, and don't settle for um sacrifice.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
heal what do what do healing mean to you? And are you still in the healing process, or do you think um do you think you heal? Do you think it's a scab on the process where you still healing it, or do you think you didn't fully heal from some from your most major battles in life?
My most major battles in life, I know that there's a scab on a lot of them. Um, I am healing. I have been in the healing process. I've always told myself, and I've always made a promise to myself that I'm not going to bleed on somebody that didn't cut me. So I
Right.
still can function. I still can function. I still can maintain, but the wounds are still there and they're still open. Healing takes a while. I think of course, the most thing I've had to heal from is the losing of my mother last year. And that that's not going anywhere. No time soon, probably ever. It's one of the things that when a girl loses her mother, it's no way to explain it. So that is definitely a situation that I'm healing from. I'm healing for some past traumas in life that still I maintain because like I said, I don't want to, come off as, punishing somebody else for what somebody else done. So
Right.
for that reason, I try to be logical and I try my best not to let those, but in certain instances, uh if something happens similar to what I've been through, it triggers that scab. It irritates it. So and it makes your mind automatically go back there. But it just depends on how you handle the situation. You can't stop your memory. You can't stop your mind. Certain things, I can tell you something right now, um, that may or not happen in your life, and it's gonna trigger something in your mind. So we can't stop that. That's our memory. That's how it works. However, it's just the way you handle it, the way you choose to handle it. And I've chose to handle it where, like I said, I'm not gonna bleed on somebody that cut me because that's not fair. So with the healing process, I know that God is in control. I know him to be a healer. He can heal your heart from certain situations, and he can help you get through certain situations. He helped me get through these situations. Trust me. If it had not been for God, I would not be here uh, today because I've been through a lot of challenges. I've been through a lot of things that God has brought me through, and I have to give him the glory. When I was some time back, you know, I lost a child, a stillborn child that I carried 9 months. That was a hard thing for me because I was kind of angry, and I was
I can
like, "Well,
imagine.
God, excuse me."
I said I could imagine that it was
Yeah,
hard.
it brought some anger about because I'm like, okay, God, I felt like the children of Israel, if you was gonna let us die, then why bring us all this for? You should just let us die way back there when we was in Canaan. So I felt like, if this baby wasn't gonna live, why you let me carry it 9 months? But everything God do, there's a reason for it. And there's growth to every time, everything upon the sun of earth. There's a time and there's a season for everything, and that's what Ecclesiastes talk about. And I saw what God was doing in my life, and He was showing me, sometime the rain is gonna come, the just as well as the unjust, and we're gonna experience some things, but we can't give up. So even with that, God showed me, you got to keep on moving. You got to keep on moving. So now in my life, I see where God is trying to take me, and I'm trying to follow Him to get there. But it's some adjustments I got to make. I got to put some things in line, and so that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to put some things in line, get my relationship back right with God, and just let Him continue to lead and guide me to where I need to go.
What's one what's one lesson that life taught you the hard way? I mean, cause you kept trying to get it, but life kept showing you that nah, that ain't you.
One lesson that I had to learn the hard way.
The hard
Um,
way.
I think it's being stuck. And that's all I'm gonna say, being stuck in a situation that I could have got out of earlier, if that makes sense. But because of my own will and my own mind, and I wasn't really listening to the voice of God, to be honest. I was listening to my own self, my own voice, and just doing what I wanted to do, what I felt like was right. Sometimes when we don't want to hear the answer that we know God is going to give us, we don't ask Him because we don't want to hear the truth. So instead of us going to God, we'll make our own decisions, and we'll go up and we'll mess up things, and but the most possible messiest way we can mess it up because anything we try to do our own, we're gonna mess it up. And that's what I did. I made a mess out of a situation that I should have, probably exited a long time ago. But instead I made a mess out of it. And I didn't consult God with this mess. I just did it on my own. But in the end, I had to have God to help me clean it up. And that's how we do a lot of times, because we know if we go and ask God to lead us and help us with this situation, we're not going to get the answer that we want. So we try to do it on our own for that reason. And we still end up having a detour and go back and let God help us clean up our mess. But the good thing is he's always there. So are you ready for one of your questions? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. You just got to get
Okay.
in and answer. You just got to ask.
Well, you wouldn't hear. So obviously I wouldn't
I
I'm gonna be
was
able to
here.
answer.
I was
Okay.
here. I had my mic muted. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, I can hear you. Okay.
Go ahead.
You meet your 18-year-old self. We done kind of went over this, but you meet your 18-year-old self, allowed to say only 3 words. What would those 3 words be?
Well, it's actually 2 words. Be yourself.
That's 3 words.
Well, yourself is 1 word.
Mhm.
It's two
Be
words
yourself.
that's put
Yeah,
together
you're right. It's two
to
words.
make 1 word. But yeah, I would
Okay.
tell myself, that's simple. Be yourself. Now,
Okay.
but now hold on. I know that's what I would tell myself, but I would have to break it down. So the only way you could be yourself is you got to know yourself. And most of us don't really know ourselves because we don't even study ourselves. We study everything. School teaches us to study everything except for ourselves. And that's why I got Authentic Academy and Authentic University. And, I'm promoting this study yourself. Because when you learn yourself and you know yourself,
Mhm.
that's, yeah, that's what I would tell myself. Yeah, study yourself.
Okay, so that's what you would tell your 18-year-old self. Okay. My next question is more of it's a different question. It's more of a relationship person.
All right.
And it is, what is the most important part of a relationship, do you think? Is it sex, trust, love, or time?
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna say God first. Now, after I put Him first, now let me get to those other. So you said sex, love, time, or what?
Trust.
Okay, let me see. Sex. So I'm gonna say love first, trust next, sex next, and then time.
Okay. 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 You
I'm
just your
saying,
answer, you sticking with it, okay.
yeah,
Okay. Um, what does a committed relationship look like to you?
a committed relationship is, to me, is a truthful relationship. I think when two people really communicate, and most people don't, most men and women, once they're in a relationship, it's hard for them to communicate. If they just friends, they could communicate better. But it seems like when a man and a woman get in a relationship, uh, and start having sex, the communication, the ability to communicate uh efficiently is gonna decrease because now you gotta hide things. Like you could have just said, like you like if this just a person like this woman right here, we just cool. We friends. Okay. I can say, damn, look at that, man, look at that big old fat ass. You hear me?
Mhm.
I can say that then, and she can't get mad because we just friends. But when you get in a relationship with a woman, the communication start to erode. And then when the
Yeah.
communication, when the communication start to erode, the truth's gonna start to erode because you can't even be truthful with that person no more. And so communication, and real communication gonna lead to truth. And truth gonna lead to commitment because commitment is what you make of it. And the reason why I say that, a lot of times we base our perception on something based on the culture that we grow up in. But if this is a real thing, that means that it's gonna be that way all across the world. So that's just like one of the 10 Commandments say, "Thou shalt not murder." All across the world, in every civilization, murder is wrong. I'm talking about it goes against who you are. So that's what I'm saying. So commitment is based on your perception. And 9 times out of 10, your perception comes from your culture, the way your culture programmed you. So now, commitment for me, like I said, it looks like truth. Now, if a man and a woman, they saying this right here, okay, it's me and you. Well, that's
Okay.
commitment. But now, if this man and this woman saying they got this open relationship, they done agreed to that.
Mm.
Whatever these two agree to, whatever this man and this woman agree to, that's what it is, and that's what commitment look like. But now, if you agree to say this is me and you, that's it. So that means that's what that's supposed to be, and that's why I say communication, then truth, and then commitment. But most
Okay.
of the time, we can't communicate because like I said, once we start dibbing and dabbing, we lose the ability to communicate. So then we lose the ability to establish a common ground, a common truth, and then so now commitment goes out the window.
Okay. So, would you date you? I want you to.
Wow. Uh, Pause. Would
Exactly.
I date? Would I date me? Because then I
Yeah.
ain't gay. I ain't
No, you
gay,
ain't
but
gay.
now listen,
You ain't gay.
Andre 3000 said in a rap, him and John Legend had a song called "I'm Ready to Go," and in that
Oh yeah.
song, Andre 3000 said, "If I was me, it would be it would be me that I'll go home with." You got what
Oh,
I said?
really? Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, Andre 3000 said, if I was me, it would be me that I'd go home with. Like you out at the club and you go home
Yeah.
with a female. So now let me say this. Would I date me? I'm going to be straight up. First of all, that's hard because I ain't gay. But
Well,
looking
if
at it, looking at it, no, looking at it like this, I get what you're saying. So let me answer it. Like, so uh I think I'm the most authentic nigga on this earth. So, but I think also that I'm gonna choose me over any nigga. I'm just being real, and then I ain't just saying that because I'm me. I ain't saying that because I'm me. And this ain't me being this ain't gay, but it's just I'm talking about me. I know I'm solid. So
yeah.
based on that, but now let me also say this. But now looking at me, hey, bro, get your shit together. Get yourself together, man. Come on now, cause I feel like I'm supposed to be a lot farther ahead than I am now. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a good answer because everybody know themselves and they know what they can offer. So it's not a bad question to answer. It's not a gay question to answer.
Okay,
You
okay.
said in a
So let me
woman's
ask you this.
standpoint.
Let me
What?
ask you this. Let me ask you this. So if would you date you? Would you would
Well,
you
I did.
would you boo Would you boo you up? Would you boo you up? Would you wife you up?
Without a doubt. I wouldn't have to think about it. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Most definitely.
What's one of the main reasons? Because I said because I'm authentic. What's one of the main reasons you would want to boo yourself up?
Why would I want to boo myself up?
Yeah. Why would
Because
you want to?
when we was growing up in church, as we was getting ready to leave, sometimes the pastor or somebody would say, if everybody in the world was just like me, what kind of world would this be? So I used to ask myself that all the time. And I think it'll be a pretty good world because I practice the do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. I live by that. I stand by that. And I love hard. So by me standing by the values of do unto others as you have them to do unto you, that goes a long way. People don't realize that. If you treat people like you want to be treated, that goes a long way. And I try to do that. And so the values that I have, that I was built on, that I know that I possess, the love of God that I know that I possess. So definitely, those are reasons why I would definitely date myself. I won't hurt. I don't hurt. But if I can't help you, I'm definitely not gonna hurt you. So for that reason, yeah, I would choose to date myself. I know I would be safe. I know for sure that I would be safe.
And that's that plays a big part of it because at the end of the day, you know, in order to actually love somebody, you gotta allow yourself to be vulnerable. So yeah, that'll play. You would definitely have to trust the person in order to allow yourself to be vulnerable with that person. So
Definitely.
let me go ahead on. Let's go ahead on and get on up in here now. Uh,
Mhm.
okay, what legacy do you hope to leave behind? I ain't talking about material thing, but I'm talking about in spirit and in impact. You know, on this world, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind? I know you got your kids, you got your grandkids, so that's your bloodline that's going forward, and that's a good legacy there. But I'm talking about an impact.
The legacy that I would love to leave behind that I hope, you can't give up hope. That's
Yeah,
even though we live in this world that we see, you gotta maintain faith and you gotta maintain hope that things will one day change. And if that ever happens, the legacy that I would love to leave behind is love. How to love one another, how to teach it, how to get that genuine love that God has told. Because if we get it for real, like He told us to get it, to love your neighbors as you love yourself, you're not gonna hurt nobody. You're not gonna mistreat nobody. You're not gonna,
right.
at first they love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy soul. And then love your neighbor as yourself. So you know what you have to do first? You have to love yourself because you can't love your neighbors yourself. And I think that's the most that we struggle with is self-love. And once we
Yeah,
learn and we get self-love, then we can learn how to love others. We got to love God first, but then once we learn the self-love, we can learn how to love others. I think that it's amazing that how that itself will turn this whole life around because even the Bible say love covers a multitude of sin. So if we
yeah,
can get back to standing together in love, forgetting about race, forgetting about all of these things that don't look like us or necessarily act like us, but we can love it anyways. I think that would be the biggest legacy that I would like to see left behind. And I try to practice it every day by trying to love people, I'm not always going to do the right thing. Nobody is. But to my best ability to practice love, it's something that has to be practiced. And when we get the true meaning of it, being our brother's keeper and loving one another, then I think we'll see a big change. Because even the Bible say, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, seek out my face and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then will they hear from heaven and I will heal the land. Our land is not being healed because of us. God's people.
Right.
So if we would get those things in our heart and love like he has taught us to love, it's simple. We'll see a whole change in the world, in the government. But that's, it's too many things that people has to lose um to just show love. It would be a
Now,
lot of sacrifices had to be made. But it
okay,
doesn't
now,
mean that we're not gonna hold on to the hope. You know what I'm saying? As long
right,
as
right.
God is alive, there's always hope. Yeah.
And he alive always. So yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna answer this one too.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
if you could sit down with your mother or your grandmother today, what would you like to ask them, or what would you like to say to them?
Um, there's a lot of things I would like to say to my mother because there's a lot of things that I didn't get a chance to say. When my mom passed, I was working, and when they came and picked me up, and I told them I wanted to talk to my mom. And, they said, well, you can talk to her when you get there. When you get there, you'll be able to speak with her. But she was already dead. They knew that, but they didn't want to tell me. When I got there and I seen that she was already gone, it was a really hard thing to deal with because there's so many things that I wanted to say to her. But one thing I wanted to say goodbye. I wanted to tell her how much I appreciate the woman that I had become through her, and which, in sense, falls back on my grandmother. So I wanted to, just thank her for everything that she's done for me. She had part in this person that I has become today, and I'm not perfect, but I wanted to let her know that my hopes and my dreams and everything that I'm trying to accomplish now is because of her. My mom struggled a lot uh when we were coming up. They struggled a lot with education, with finances. They didn't have it like we have it today because they didn't have the resources. And that's why I say
Right.
some of the things that I say. The younger people now, they got the resources. They got the ability to do what my mom and my grandmama and them didn't have to do. But I still want to thank them for what they've instilled, the God in me that they instilled. We didn't have a choice but to go to church. We had to go. We had to sing in the choir. My grandma had on her own family choir, and it was with all her grandkids, and she made us go from church to church singing. And we would be so tired of going to church like 2 to 3 times a day. And so we would play sick sometime, and she still would like, ain't nothing wrong with y'all. Get up and go to church. So we didn't have a choice. But the women that they were, the strong women that they were, and when I look at my grandma, I even see a stronger woman because my grandmama had stronger morals and guidelines than my mother did. And so she was the backbone of the family. She taught love. She showed love. She let anybody come into the house, eat and sleep. And we would tell her all the time, granted, you can't let anybody come. She'll say, what would Jesus do? I said, I don't know if Jesus would even do that, granted. But anyway, she was a prime example of love. She always taught love. And she was in ministry as well. So she always taught about love. And I think that's why, today that I harp on love so much because she instilled it. She showed it and she taught it a lot. But for them, that's what I would, sit down and definitely want to let my mom know that I appreciate her for the woman that I'm becoming in the life of me and my kids.
That's what's up. Now, me personally, for my mama, I lost my mama at 9, so I would just want to tell her that I miss her. Some short and sweet. And then we had
Mhm.
more time, I could go into detail and break, a whole lot of things down. But in essence, yeah, I would want to let her know that I miss her, because I always say that a little boy need his daddy. You hear me? But
Mhm.
guess what? A little boy equally needs his mama. You hear me?
Yeah.
So don't never get that mistaken. He need his daddy to teach him to be a man, but he need his mama to truly understand his place in this world. He need both
Yeah.
of them, but what I'm saying is his mama, the nourish the nurturing that his mama gonna give him,
Mhm.
his daddy ain't gonna be able to give him that.
Yeah.
It just don't work like that. But now the manhood, the masculinity that his daddy gonna be able to give him, his mama
Mhm.
can't give him that. So it's a balance. He need both of them. And my grandmama, I would want to simply tell her, in essence, I'm breaking it down. Uh I would want to say, you did a good job. Like I said, she raised 10 of her own and then grandkids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would want to let her know, yeah, you tough now. You tough. Yeah, like for real.
Yeah.
She tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Granted in play.
Who- nah. And she was a little bitty woman, and then some of them niggas was big old black niggas, you hear me?
Yeah.
But they knew. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you about the woman. Now, it ain't never like, I'm putting the woman down now because I know that, a woman that y'all a beautiful thing. But I have to be straight up. And even when I'm telling the boys, I have to tell the boy, don't follow me in the shit that motherfuckers taught me because it was bullshit. I can
Yeah.
tell you that. I can tell you that wholeheartedly that it was bullshit. And just because it
Yeah.
was me doing it, just because it was me doing it, now I want to make it all right so I can feel okay about myself. No, I was participating in the bullshit. I was perpetuating the bullshit. And I'm not gonna, sit up here and have this youngster, thinking that it's this way. Nah, we're gonna I gotta tell them the right way.
Definitely.
But anyway, I'm gonna ask you this last question. Salute to everybody
Okay.
that done tune in. Salute to everybody that done tune in. Salute to everybody that's gonna spin the block on the round back. I am Mr. Authentic, aka Timbo Payne, riding shotgun with us tonight. We got the lovely Miss Crystal Diamond. And it's gonna be my last question. And we'll listen to a few songs and we're gonna get up out of here, man. But on a quiet night, when everything slows down, the
Oh
TV
Lord.
out. Okay. The TV off.
Yeah.
The you ain't scrolling. It's just you. Um,
Hmm.
what visits your thought the most?
Um, when everything is quiet and the TV's off, and it's just my thoughts of meditation. The thing that visit my thoughts more is my uh what I haven't accomplished and what I'm trying to accomplish right now in life. I mean, it changes, but right now in life, that's what visit my thoughts the most because I'm in a place where I made some promises, and you know, uh, my mom before she passed, she always worried because she knew some of the things that I was going through, and she always told me, she said, "But you're gonna be okay." And I made her some promises. And so when I'm all alone, most of the time, I'm always thinking, I have that opportunity to communicate with God. But however, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen because I know that he's gonna speak a word to me. And sometimes it's not we think all the time is when you dealing with stuff, it's what you doing. But sometimes it's what you're not doing that God is not pleased with. So I know I could be doing more. I know I could be further than what I am now. And it's just to taking that opportunity to meditate and hear from God. And that's why I love that song, Father, Can You Hear Me, so much, because you have that time to just communicate with him, meditate on his word and what he's trying to show you with nobody else in your ear. You have to move everybody else aside, everything else aside, and just let God meditate to your heart and to your spirit. And that's what I do those times. I let him meditate to my heart and spirit, and he shows me those imperfections. And I'd be like, okay, God, I see you. I see where you're trying to go. I see where you're trying to take me to. But it's just like bad medicine. You know, when kids take bad medicine, the first thing they want to do is spit it out. But when you put something that tastes bad in your mouth, if you can just make yourself absorb it and swallow it, what does it does? It'll help you. But if you every time you put something in your mouth and it may be good for you, but you keep spitting it out. You keep on spitting it out. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. But if we learn to digest that bad that can be good for us, then that's when we see the growth start to happen, because everything ain't going to go down good. But if we learn to absorb it, if we learn to just take it, there's a lot of times that the word done stepped on my feet. I got my toes stepped on. The little lady stepped on my toes. But, you know, sometimes you have to learn to take it. You have to learn to take it. And it only makes you become a better person sometimes. So when I get all quiet, I got some goals that I'm trying to accomplish. And I know that through God, through his Holy Spirit, and with him leading and guiding me, I'm going to get there. So I think that's what I think about most, is what I haven't accomplished, and my goal to what I'm trying to accomplish.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And with that being said, y'all, we're gonna play a little music, because our 2 hours are almost up. So we're gonna play a little music, and
Yes.
we're gonna get up out of here. But let's get to the music like we never ever left it. I am your host, Mr. Authentic, aka Timbo Payne, and y'all just been listening to your co-host tonight, the lovely Miss Crystal Dime. Let's go.
Yeah. Sometimes we look, but we don't see. Every face got a story, every step got a song. Ain't nobody just what they sing. Hey, so. Hey, so. I see you walking through the pain, trying to make it through the thunder and the rain. You more than your chains, more than your stains. We all trying to get free in this game. Hey, so. I see you fighting to survive, still breathing, still dreaming, still alive. From the block to the pew, we all been bruised, but God's still breathing through you. Saw a man on the corner, cup in his hand, but I seen his eyes, that's where it all began. He said, son, I once had dreams just like you. Now I pray for peace, not for something new. Saw a woman walking with the world on her back. She wore pain like pearl, grace in her cracks. And I realized then we ain't strangers at all. We all fallen angels trying to answer the call. Every story got a cross, every loss got a lesson. Ain't no sinner or saint, just souls in progression. Let's go.
I see you walking through the pain, trying to make it through the thunder and the rain. You more than your chains, more than your stains. We all trying to get free in this game. Hey, so I see you fighting to survive, still breathing, still dreaming, still alive. From the block to the pew, we all been bruised, but God's still breathing through you. I met a girl in the night, heels hitting the ground, but she carried wisdom that could turn life around. She said, baby, don't judge me by this dress I wear, cause pain made me strong and I still care. Then I met a brother fresh out them bars, said freedom ain't outside, it's inside your scars. She said, don't look down on me, I'm just reborn. Every soul got value, even weathered in war. We all hurt and we all sinning, but grace still winning, grace still winning. Don't walk by like you don't relate. That could be you behind that gate. We reflections of each other's pain, but the spirit make us whole again. I see you walking through the pain, trying to make it through the thunder and the rain. You more than your chains, more than your stains. We all trying to get free in this game. Hey, so I see you fighting to survive, still breathing, still dreaming, still alive. From the block to the pew, we all been bruised, but God's still breathing through you.
I woke up breathing. Great. Waves crashing all around me. Thunder shaking in my chest. Thought I was going under, couldn't catch a single breath. Then you spoke right to the water, soft and steady in my soul. I'm here in the middle, you're never alone. You give me so much peace, right here in the storm, in the roaring, in the rain. You keep my heart warm when the night won't end, and I can't be strong. You wrap me in your arms. You give me so much peace. Give me so much peace. Lord, I done wandered, I done stumbled, I done fell, but through every dark season, you kept reaching. Tonight I stand here a man reborn, and I'm making this promise straight to heaven. I've been walking through the valley with my head hung low, trying to shake off all the memories of the places I'd go. I know you saw me when I hid inside my shame. Still you whispered, you're my child, call my name. And when the world turned its back on me, you were the arms that covered and carried me. You saw purpose in a man torn down. You saw a king in a heartbeat down. Now I'm stepping in the path you said. Not perfect, but I'm fighting for your respect. Take this life and breathe in me, so everywhere I go they see a victory. I'ma make you proud of me, Lord. Every step, every breath, let it glorify your name. I'ma make you proud of me, Lord. Let my past be a lesson, not a change. I surrender my will, my plan, my dream, our line. I'm a heart with everything you see. I'ma make you proud of me, Lord. You stayed when I fell, now I rise for your glory. Midnight got heavy, silence talking loud. Bills on the table, prayers in the ground. You've been strong so long, now your strength feels thin. Smiling for the world, but you bleeding within. You asking heaven, did you pass me by? Looking at the ceiling like it won't reply. But every tear you cry got a purpose too. Even when you can't feel it, God feel you. When doors keep closing, the nights feel long. When you think you praying but praying wrong. When the weight of the world make you feel small, there's a voice in the dark saying you're not lost. God is thinking of you. When you feel invisible, it's still true. Every step you take, every scar you grew, God is thinking of you. When the world forget, when they turn and leave, when you holding on to the last bit of belief, even broken dreams still coming through, God is thinking of you. God is thinking of you. They don't see the battles you fight alone, or the faith it took just to make it home. You've been overlooked, passed up, pushed aside, but seeds grow best when they bury deep inside. Delay ain't denial, it's a setup for grace. You ain't late, you just moving at God's pace. What he promised, you still stand true. He ain't done, he just shaping you. When your name ain't called and the room stay quiet, when hope feels tired and your heart start doubting, when you whisper prayers you can barely say, he been listening the whole way. God is thinking of you. In the storm, in the pain, in the truth, every night you cried yourself through, God is thinking of you. When the mirror lie in the past accused, when you don't know which way to choose, even when you feel you blew it all through, God is thinking of you. You not forgotten, you not overlooked, you not disqualified, you still chosen. If he woke you up, he got a plan. If you breathe and you're still in his hand, hold on just a little longer. Help coming. Even if you can't see it, your name still written, your future still loaded. God is thinking of you. Every promise he made, he'll come through. What he started, he gon' finish too. God is thinking of you. When the world say quit, he say stand. When you feel alone, he holding your hand. You may not see him, but he see you. Let this remind you, he never lost sight of you. God is thinking of you.
Yeah. 50 summers. Scars still talking. Church pew to cell block. From hymns to handcuffs. But I learned something in that fire.
Count it all joy.
Count it all joy.
Count it all joy.
Count it all joy.
Count it all.
When you're going through the storm.
Count it all joy.
When that haters start to swarm.
Count it all joy.
When them bills stacking up.
Count it all joy.
When your friends backing up.
Count it all joy.
When your love acting up.
Count it all
Yeah.
joy.
Everything gonna be alright. Just trust in the Lord. Yeah. Raised on the corner, but I started in the choir. Mama had me praying, but the streets lit the fire. Seen a lot of fake love, lot of Judas with a smile. Walked the crooked mile just to learn it ain't my style. Cold nights, ramen soups, metal trays, locked down, count time. Living number days, OG told me pain either break a bill. So I built with the word while my flesh got killed. I ain't glorified the sin, I testify to grace. Had to lose everything just to find my place. Chains on my body, but my spirit stayed free. Devil had a hold, but he couldn't keep me. Trials hit heavy like a freight train speed. But
pressure make diamonds, that's the code I read. Every tear I cry, turn seeds in the soil. Now I water that pain when I count it all joy. When you're going through the storm, when the haters start to swarm, when them bills stacking up, when your friends backing up, when your love acting up, everything gonna be alright, just trust in the Lord. Yeah. See, joy ain't a smile, it's a weapon inside. Even when you bleed, still you walk with pride. Not pride in self, but the one who restore. When you been rock bottom, you don't fear no more. Faith got tested like gold and flame. Lost some people, but I gained his name. They don't understand how I stand so calm. When the world fall apart, I'm reciting them songs. Still black sermons, I was preaching the walls. Now I'm free in the spirit, I don't answer them calls. From my past life, demons trying to pull me back, but I walk with authority, no slack in my stack. Patience build muscles you can't see with eyes. Every setback really God in the sky. Building endurance, yeah, he's stretching my soul, trying to make me complete, trying to make me whole. I cried in the dark when nobody knew. Had conversations with God in a cell with no view. Said, why this pain? He said, look what it do. It's building a man that can carry the truth. Not happy, but I got joy. Not free, but I got joy. Lost it all, still got joy. It's God's work, can't destroy. Now I walk different, got a kingdom lens. I don't chase revenge, I let God make ends. Seen enemies fall just by time and truth. Rotten fruit drop when it ain't got roots. I forgive, but I move with a wise step. Snake in the grass, I ain't blind to that. Gentle as a dove, but I peep that game. I done live both sides, I ain't playing them games. Bills still do, yeah, life still real, but I trust his hand more than how I feel. Storm still coming, but I don't fold. I've been through fire, now I walk like gold. 50 years deep, still learning grace. Still thank God I ain't in that place. If it broke me down, it was meant to build. Now I stand on faith, fully spirit filled. Yeah. When you're going through the storm, count it all joy. When the haters start to swarm, count it all. When them bills stacking up, count it all. When your friends backing up, count it all. When your love backing up, count it all joy. Everything gonna be alright, just trust in the Lord. It ain't about feeling good, it's about knowing God is good. Even in the storm, count it all joy. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. Yeah, it's for them days you don't feel like moving. Bills stacking, mind clouded. Demons talking louder than your purpose. But nah, we ain't laying down today. Let's get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, yeah, go get it, go get it, yeah, go get it. Let's get it, yeah, let's get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, hey, yeah, go get it, yeah, go get it, yeah, go get it, yeah. Get up off your ass, yeah, the clock's still ticking. Let's get it, pain in your chest, but you still gotta get it. No stress on your back, but you built for the pressure. Let's get it, turn every L in the fuel, now you better get up off your ass, ain't no time for the doubt. Let's get it, voices in your head trying to count you out. Go get it. Look in the mirror, tell fear, move aside. God got a plan, you just gotta ride. Get it, get it. Woke up
can feel the weight in my soul. Mind play tricks, trying to steal my control. Depression, whip say you ain't enough, but I done came too far. I done been too tough, seen dark nights. I done cried in silence, smiled in public. Inside is violence, doubt keep knocking, lies keep calling, but a real one rise every time me falling. Had to check myself, had to realign. Ain't no prison worse than a trap. Mind they don't see the war when you fight inside, but champions built where the pain reside. Insecurity had me stuck in place, comparing my life, trying to run their race. But God made me with a custom design, so I grind my grind, I shine my shine. Let's get it, go get it, go get it. Yeah, get up off your ass, get a clock still ticking. Let's get it. Pain in your chest, but you still gotta get it. Stress on your back, but you built for the pressure. Let's get it. Turn every L into fuel, now you better. They gon' hate when you start elevating. Speak on your name with no hesitation, but rotten fruit fall, ain't gotta react. I just keep building, stay stacking my stack. Used to feel lost, now I walk with vision. Every setback just to set up in position. Enemies watching, praying I fold, but pressure make diamonds, I'm breaking the mold. Had nights, I ain't wanna get out the bed. Dark thoughts running wild in my head, but I heard a voice say, boy, stand tall. You ain't coming this far just to lose it all. So I lace my boots, I take the day. No excuses, I'm making a way. Faith in my heart, I ain't my chest. Even on my worst, I'm giving my best. Let's get it, let's get it. If you tired, still move. If you hurt, still groove. If you tired, still move. If you hurt, still groove. If they lie, let them talk. You just walk how you walk. If you fall, get a price. Pay the cost, roll the dice. You a king, you a queen. Don't forget what that means. Get it, go get it, go get it. Get up off your ass, this your moment now. No more sitting back, you in control now. Storms don't last, but the strong remain. Turn the struggle into power in the game. Go get it. Get up off your ass, let your light shine. Every second breathing is a sign. You was built for this, don't you quit. Stand up, boss up, go get it, go get it. Yeah, you made it through everything that tried to break you. That mean you built different. Don't stop playing small. Get up and go get everything and got your name on it. Let's get it, go get it. Let's get it. I'm authentically me. That's all I wanna be, I digress. Yeah, I confess, but I digress. They talk, I address, then I digress. I confess, I digress. Yeah.
I confess, I digress.
I confess, I digress. I've been carrying stress. All the lies, y'all projects. Still I rise, still I bless. All the hate in their chest, I see through every mess. I confess, I digress. I confess, I digress. I confess, I digress. I've been scarred, I've been pressed. From the mud to the steps. Had to crawl through the depths. They been talking reckless, trying to tarnish my crest. I confess, but I digress. I confess I was lost in the sauce and the fog of my sins. Had to wrestle with demons that was wearing my skin. They be kept fabricating narratives just to fit in. Whole time I was fighting just to breathe from within. I digress, let me pivot, let me speak on the truth. They throw dirt on your name when they can't stand your proof. Every rumor recycled, every lie getting looped. But my silence a weapon, let them hang from the noose. Triple threats in my killers, mind, body, spirit alignment. They be shooting their shots but can't measure the time. And I was locked in the cage, now I'm breaking confinement. Now my words cut deeper than surgical assignments. Confessing my flaws, yeah, I owned every scar, but they weaponize pain just to dim who you are. Turn your testimony into gossip for bars, but I turned all that pressure into stars. I confess, I digress, I've been carrying stress. All the lies y'all project, still I rise, still I bless. All the hate in their chest, I see through every mess. I confess, I digress, I confess, I digress. I confess, yeah, I did what I did, I ain't dodging the past, but I grew from the ashes I evolved, I surpassed. They be stuck in them cycles, living life on the cast. Like I'm real for the moment, but they fake when it lasts. I digress, why they speak on my name like a champ, but won't say it in person. That's the code that they can't. Internet gangsters, topping thirst that they rant, but in real life they freeze, they dissolve, they recant. Triple entendre, I addressed and I pressed and I blessed. Every lesson, a weapon, every wound, a finesse. They be praying on downfall, I was praying for breath. Now I'm walking in purpose, why they drown in regret. I confess, I was broken, I was bent, I was bruised, but I never let betrayal make me bitter or lose. Turn the pain into poetry to hurt me hues. Now my life a whole canvas, they can never confuse. They lied on me, I stay solid. They tried me, I stay polished. They doubted, I stayed honest. I confess, but I digress. I digress. Me talk to the snakes in the skies, smiling in my face, but got envy in their eyes, trying to rewrite truth, but the truth never dies. Judge your echoes in a place full of fabricated lies. I confess, I got anger, I got fire in my core, but I messed up my reaction. I ain't feeling no more. Used to crash respect, now I build and restore. Now I war with my flesh, that's a holy award. They be thrown so heavy, but I season my grind. Every L turn lesson, every loss turn divine. I was blind to the face, now I'm peeping the signs, cut them off, no hesitation, no rewinds. Triple layer with the bars, triple meaning in the flow. I dress, I confess, I progress, let them know what they hate, let them hate. I ain't stooping that low, watch your rise, I sin, I evolve, I outgrow.
I confess, I digress. I've been carrying stress. I confess, I digress. I've been carrying stress.
I digress.
I confess, I digress.
I confess, I digress.
I confess, I digress.
Say what you want,
I confess, I digress.
lie how you lie.
I've been carrying
This how you diss. I said what I said. I confess, but I digress. But I digress.
Salute to everybody that's tuned in right now. I'm your host, Mr. Authentic, aka Timbo Payne, and Riding Shotgun, your co-host, the lovely Miss Crystal Diamond. I want to leave y'all with this right here, man. Study yourself so you can learn yourself. Learn yourself so you can know yourself. Know yourself so you can be yourself. And when you be yourself, you're being authentic. And whenever you be authentic, I promise you, you're going to be awesome. I'm not talking about being the person that everybody else told you to be, or being the person that you saw on TV or you saw in a rap video or something, and you trying to be that person. No, I'm saying be yourself. The divine design that God placed inside of you. Be that right there. Crystal, well, anyway, with that being said, all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God. Peace to you and everybody else.